But we have this semis to worry about. Our first semifinals of this week's KSL, spawning in the lower right-hand corner of Golden Aura. The corner of Golden Aura. That almost rhymes. It's very close. We can make it happen. It is Dragon Kites Gaming's herO. And his opponent in the upper left-hand corner of Golden Aura. It's Team Liquid's Cure. I think we have to do like a full Long Island accent for corner and aura to rhyme. You know, I gotta go get my coffee down at the corner store. You know the place, it's called Golden Aura. They have the best coffee. I always pick up some oranges on the way. Just choked on my water. I choked on my water. Oh, God. That's what I get for doing that accent. Excuse me. We also have a match-arena for the event. If you guys would like to support in a non-monetary way where you just click buttons, check out the match arena. You can use the coupon codes for free. It just adds 25 cents to the prize pool. But if enough people do that, that adds up to like a few dollars. I mean, I'm not going to do the math, but there's 50 codes available at 25 cents a code. So you guys figure out how much money that could be in the prize pool. It's somewhere between 25 cents and $50. I'm not sure where. If I had to guess, it's probably about a quarter of $50. Pretty sure that's how it works. Which will be $12.50? Is it $12.50? This is something I should know, like offhand, but I just usually avoid doing the math. Especially live on stream. It's a dangerous thing. Math is dangerous. They don't tell you that in school. They teach you like, oh, you can use this later. And you know what? Math is really useful. I've used math for a lot of things. There's been times where I've needed to like use like trigonometry to figure stuff out. I used to do carpentry a lot. I needed to do a lot of like trigonometry kind of stuff to figure out shapes, and math was very, very useful. They were right. But they don't tell you math is dangerous. Dangerous thing. You got to be careful. You have to do math responsibly. And whatever you do, do not drink and derive. That's integral to staying alive and healthy, really. Now, Kira's going to push across the map with a few Reapers and Hellions. We did see him do this against Classic. It's going to be interesting to see how herO handles things differently than Classic was. This is a Stargate opener. That Oracle could be very useful here as the Reapers and Hellions dive forward. And yeah, that Oracle is going to be key in trying to stop this. The Reapers decide to just bugger off to try to stay alive. The Oracle going to clean up all the rest of that. 3 kills. And herO takes absolutely none damage. So that is what we call a stellar defense out of herO. Cure behind this going into more racks. The weird spot for an engineering bay, I feel like. But it looks like he's going to get the Stim Combat Shield +1 action going to follow this up with a nice big push. herO sticking on Phoenix production for now. He's got the Robo up, so this is going to be a Phoenix Colossus play out of herO, which is pretty solid. So we just got to see Classic up against Cure, and he was going very heavy Gateway Man style, not getting into Colossi until late in the game, honestly, like pretty late in the game. Going for Quick Storm instead, opting for what I think a lot of Protoss players feel like is the weaker of the AoE. Colossi are a little bit stronger in a lot of ways, but I do love the way Classic was playing it. I think it's just a style that isn't quite as strong as it once was. herO busting out this is a more robust style. I would say. From herO. As he goes ahead and takes third. Don't know if he knows exactly what he's up against, but I imagine the Oracle has scouted a decent amount. No, all right. He hasn't scouted anything, actually. He has no idea what he's up against, which is kind of insane. herO, I will say, he finished his quarterfinals match before Cure versus Classic started. So if herO was feeling like it, he could have watched that whole last series. And he could have a very good idea of where Cure is at right now in this matchup. I doubt he would have focused too much on it, though. I mean, these guys, I'm sure, hit on ladder and play against each other in customs all the time. And also, I feel like Cure might play a bit differently against herO than he did against Classic. Again, the styles so far that we've seen are very different. I don't really see herO going for super heavy gateway, quick storm kind of style like Classic has been doing lately. So I feel like Cure probably going to play these games very differently. But it's possible that herO is feeling pretty confident he knows what Cure is doing even without scouting. Cure does not strike me as somebody who frequently goes for like weird builds. You know, he's not Gumiho. Cure's not sitting out here with like 3 battle cruisers in his base to surprise herO, which is the kind of thing Gumiho would do. And unfortunately, Gumiho has already been knocked out of the bracket by our world champion, who is, by the way, looked fantastic lately. I don't know if you guys have seen any matches from Oliveira in the last couple of weeks. He's looked very, very good. And I'm excited that he is back in the KSL for a 3rd week in a row. Almost certainly going to be up against Dark for a 3rd week in a row. Should be good. Should be quite good. herO's going to pick up some of these Marauders, just cutting off a few of those bio units, forcing the Marines to stim away. Nice little catch there from herO. Cure will scan where the 3rd base is. I think he got close enough to this base to see that there's no base there. herO just chilling on 3 for now. Cure finishes his up. But yeah, I don't know if Dark versus Oliveira has started yet. I guess Nightmare could have gotten the upset over Dark. I haven't checked the bracket in a minute here. But that's on the Cranky Ducklings channel. So feel free to check that out. We'll probably join that semifinals after this one ends, depending on what takes longer. But so far, herO just doing a great job defending against Cure. And this is the nice thing about the Phoenixes, or Oracle. The nice thing about the Phoenixes is that it makes dropping a lot more of a scarier proposition. We already see these Phoenixes patrolling near the main base. Cure really picked Classic apart by dropping all over the place. In, I think, all 3 of those games, he had multiple drops going off, hitting at a couple different angles. And even though they might not be getting the best damage done in the world, it kept Classic busy. It kept him back at home. It kept him playing defensively when he had the army that really needed to be out on the map. And it worked out really, really well for Cure. But against Phoenixes, it's a lot harder to do. These Phoenixes will just gun down your medevacs. You're taking a huge chance going for a drop. And it's kept Cure on the ground, which so far, he just hasn't been able to get any damage done at all. Now here's going to go in for a little bit of a run by. He's got the Warp Prism on one side, the Zealot run by on the other. These Zealots get caught. herO's also moving through the middle of the map. He's extremely disjointed right now. But Cure not going to be able to take advantage of that, it looks like. That was super dicey for herO. He was caught on 2 sides of this little mound here. Still has an Immortal on the way. But it looks like he's going to try to dive in. Yeah, triggers a couple of Widow Mines. There's still more behind that, though. Needs to be a little bit careful. He's very Zealot heavy right now. SCV's coming off the line, though. Cure is worried about this one. These SCVs fighting straight into the Colossi and Archons. EMP's going off. The Vikings not focusing down the Colossi. I think there's just going to be too much Protoss here. Oh my god. He just absolutely crushes through Cure. Despite the fact that Cure was up 1-1 to 0 upgrades on herO's side. Down 2 upgrades, attacking into the defensive position. Workers were pulled. None of that mattered. herO just steps on Cure. They're just macroing, we're macroing, steps on him. All right, cool. That was very A move. Listen, I'll tell you guys when it's not just an A move. There was one micro thing that herO did there, which he split off those first two zealots to tank the first couple of Widowmine shots. That was pretty much it. He did move the Colossi. He commanded them one time, so they would fight the bio instead of the SCVs. Yep. But really, it was all the groundwork he laid, defending against any of Cure's aggression, not panicking, not overextending, not taking any damage early on, just macroed up, got to a sick army with Archons and Colossi and Immortals, so much stuff. That sometimes all you need to do is A move. When you're winning that hard, that's all you got to do. And he certainly was winning that hard. And now we're going to get into game 2 and see if he can continue the streak of winning. In the lower right-hand corner of Site Delta, it is Dragon Kitesy Gaming's herO. His opponent in the upper left-hand corner for Team Liquid, it is Cure. Cure looked really good against Classic, but it is such a different style that herO's playing. I'd love to see Cure bring something different to the table. I feel like the kind of late third heavy bio openings that he's been doing, that can be really good against like a Blink Stalker opening from the Protoss. But I feel like it's just not super strong against a more, again, robust composition like Phoenix Colossus, which feels, it's just like those small amounts of bio early on in the game are unlikely to get the big damage done. Phoenixes can be really impactful in early stages of games. Because if they just are able to lift up like 6 Marauders and all you have are 6 Marauders and 8 Marines, suddenly your army feels pretty small. So I'd love to see Cure bust something else out, even if it's not something like cheesy or kind of weird. Maybe just like a fast 3CC. I feel like that's the kind of thing Cure could do here against herO. But it's a tough call to make. herO's absolutely the kind of player that could just go for a 4-gate blink and absolutely crush you if you're not ready for it. But I don't know. Sometimes you have to make those calls. Sometimes going for the bold move is the right move. I think Cure can get really scary once the game gets longer, but herO didn't really let that happen. He didn't let him get into a good Viking count, or there were a few ghosts out. Some EMPs did land in that last game, but didn't feel like Cure really got settled on his 3 bases even when that attack came in. If you've ever wanted to know how cats react to yeehaws, you can watch that clip. It's absolutely adorable. Officer Bagel. Officer Everything Bagel, my new kitty. He's an extremely good kitty. Sometimes he smells like butt, but, you know, it happens. Now, herO's getting really annoying at the start of this game. He's trying to delay this CC. It looks like the CC will get finished. These Marines are now caught on the low ground on their own. Just trying to micro their hearts out here. The Adept is going to shade away, and the Zealot is just hanging out to be annoying. This is the kind of stuff we see MaxPax doing. I love that herO and MaxPax have both really been pushing the boundaries of what you can do with early game Protoss units. Being as annoying as possible, getting as much little damage done as they can. Cure does have the Cyclone out now, though, so herO is going to go ahead and back off with his units. But it looks like he's going to try to draw these units out a little bit, and maybe that's going to allow him to get the Oracle in. Or he's just going to try to hit the front with the 2 Adepts shading forward. The Zealot running in. Oh, and these Marines need to stop firing on those rocks. The Adept's going to finish that shade. The Zealot goes down. There's 3 Adepts in here. The Oracle diving on top of the Marines. The Cyclone doing its best to help out. It's doing quite a bit. It's killed both of those Adepts. Now it's going to push the Oracle away. So while all the Marines go down, 9 of them so far this game, Cure does hold. And the trades are, I mean, pretty much dead even at the end of things. But herO kept the Oracle alive, so now he's got double Oracle threatening to come in here. The Cyclones honestly have been... The Cyclone change has been very good for Terran early game defense against Protoss shenanigans. But now it's time for some Terran shenanigans. The Oracles maybe threatening to shade back in. But it's really going to be this Widowmine drop. And if it can get something done in the natural of herO, is herO going to be paying attention? It looks like the answer is yes. He's going to lose a couple of probes here. You're going to try to move this Widowmine around. But at the same time, the Oracle's diving in on top of the Cyclone. They do get the Cyclone. But 2 of those 3 Oracles goes down for the 2 Cyclones. Kind of an even trade, I feel like. And in fact, Cure ends up ahead as he pushes that 3rd Oracle away. herO does have the 3rd base already almost done, though. And Cure is again going into like a 3 racks kind of situation here. Looks like he wants to get into the Raven interference matrix again. Oh, Widowmine gets lifted up by the medevac. And Cure's just going to get it out of there. There is a Phoenix, though. So Cure's going to have to drop this down. Can he boost away? Oh, it's all a distraction. It's a distraction so the Raven can get in and drop an auto turret. I love this. Yeah, there's that auto turret here. We're going to take a little bit of damage in the main base. Not much, though. Now, what's weird here is Cure built that interference matrix. He's gotten that upgrade 3 games now. A couple of the games against Classic and now in this one. I haven't seen him use the interference matrix once, and he's going to drop another auto turret and just focus fire down a couple more probes. He's gotten 4 of them with this Raven. I feel like he doesn't need to spend money on that interference matrix upgrade. I feel like Cure could probably just stop getting that. I don't know. So far, it has not served him against Protoss today. He's gotten a little bit of damage done here and there. It's only 6 probes, though. Not a ton of damage. And altogether, they have traded dead evenly. I don't think I've ever seen trades this exactly even before. That is insane. 1,000 minerals, 375 gas on both sides. Oh. Well. And now it's gone. And hero's getting into 5 gates. He has +1 armor finishing, charge, and now blink on the way. So he's playing a lot more like Classic did, actually, in Game 2 of Cure versus Classic. It was a very close series, so if herO can figure out a way to make this work, maybe Classic should be taking notes. Flapjack. Flip-a-flap.
Who you trying to get crazy with Essie?
Thank you so much for the 111 bits. Don't you know I'm loco? I wish I could say that with a Dutch accent. If only I had a good Dutch accent. Gotta practice my loco accent so I can say that line. All right, Cure's gonna dive in with 4 Widowmines in the main base. herO, whoa, pulls at the last second here. He's gonna go for the splits. There's still 1 Widowmine, but there's a push at the front as well. Oh, the force field, so sick. The Widowmines are gonna kill all the Zealots though, and Cure is gonna rescue all of those bio units. It looks like the final Widowmine went off. herO trying to deal with that, but he needs those Stalkers out front. Oh no, he's not watching for a second, and all of the sentries go down. They had more energy for force field, but Cure is just battering, ramming into herO right now. I feel like this engagement started out so decently for herO, but he just doesn't have enough DPS to deal with it. Now he's losing all of these Stalkers as he tries to get out of here. 11 probes have gone down. The Widowmines were all cleaned up in the main base, but the real story is just this army, which is going to kill the 4th, no problem.
Oh man,
and should be able to keep pushing. I mean, this is a 50 army supply lead right now for Cure. Zealots are going to go for a counterattack. Or maybe they're coming in for the surround. They're going to get hit by a Widowmine. I don't know, Kev. This is not looking great for herO right now. I think we're going to a game 3. Cure feeling very confident against the Gateway Man style that herO is pulling out here. And there's the GG. Cure takes game number 2. Flip a Flapjack. Also, resubscribing. Hitting that resub button for 5 months. Thank you so much for casting. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing and cheering bits. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. SC Headrush. SC Headrush, thank you for the Prime. Thank you for your Prime sub. Imagine you only have one Prime sub per month. It's free. It comes with Amazon Prime. If you link your Amazon Prime and Twitch accounts, you will get one free sub per month. But you only have one, and you chose to click that button here, and for 0 extra money, subscribe to this channel. And I appreciate that, because you can use that anywhere on Twitch, on any channel that has subscriptions. That's just a reminder to everybody out there, too, that you can use those.
He's a man,
use those,
but
even
he's
if it's not here.
also a chicken.
Use those Prime subs every single month. I think mine's up soon. And then Flapjack gifting 5 more subs.
He's a man, but he's also a chicken.
Look at that support. That is a beautiful thing. Thank you so much, Flapjack. Flapjack, I hope I'm going to see you in Atlanta.
He's a man, but he's also a chicken.
I am stoked for some DreamHack Atlanta. I will say everybody's name out loud momentarily as we get into game number 3 here.
He's a man, but he's also
We're on
a
Alcyone
chicken.
and spawning in the lower left-hand corner. It is Dragon Kites's herO.
He's a man, but he's also
And his
a
opponent
chicken.
in the upper right-hand corner for Team Liquid. It is Cure. Empty Bodie. Xerxes 300. Shitzerg. Psych SC2. And DS Moth. Welcome to the flock, or welcome back to the flock in some of those cases. I recognize some of those good chatter names. Flapjack, thank you again so much for the 5 gifted. Can I crash in your hotel room? I mean, we could probably arrange something. I don't know. Get one of them Airbnbs. I'll talk to the guys. I haven't actually paid them back for that yet, though, so I have 0 leverage right now. So, no guarantees. Yeah, unfortunately, Airbnb is a little bit further away than I would have liked, but it's also cheaper, so it's one of those like give and takes. And I think it's closer to the DreamHack Atlanta after party spots, which of course are going to be Margaritaville and the Park Bar. And there's one more. What was that place called? It was like the Metro Diner, I think it was. Those were the spots. Those were the post-DreamHack Atlanta hangout spots. I don't know if anybody else here is going to DreamHack Atlanta this year. Last year was a lot of fun. I don't think this year is going to be quite as many of the peeps going to be able to make it there. It's kind of at a weird time where it's like right before the holidays. Last year was like mid-November, so it gave people time to reset before, visiting family for Christmas or whatever. But I already know a bunch of people who either can't go or possibly can't go because they have other like Christmas plans. It kind of sucks. It's like so close to it. I don't currently have any Christmas plans, so it's no problem for me, but it kind of sucks. There's going to be a number of people who can't go that I would have loved to see again. Dude, last year was crazy. Yeah, no, I mean, I remember them pulling seats. They didn't put out enough folding chairs for the SC2 community by like a factor of 3. By the finals, there was probably 3 times, if not more, chairs than there were at the beginning of the event. And nobody there, none of the people working the event were prepared for that much support for StarCraft. It was so sick. It was so sick to see. This year might not be quite as crazy, but I still think there's going to be a lot of people there. I know a good handful of people who are going. A lot of the core community members will be there. I'm stoked on it. Excited to chat and hang out with some of the players. Oh, I got my my Basilisk cube from Basilisk Gaming. I'm gonna get that signed by the boys if they don't mind. Actually, even if they do mind, I'm gonna force them to sign it. So Cyril, Rainer, Roddy, Trigger. I'll make it happen. But all right, Cure, talk about this game a little bit, is pushing forward here. Just trying to get a little bit annoying as he cleaned up those adepts. herO has a shield battery, though, so he's actually totally fine, especially as he kills that Cyclone. And this little push out from Cure seemed really cute until he lost absolutely everything for it. And got 0 damage done. All right, well, that sucked. Cure, don't do that. Don't do that one again. And he's going to follow it up, and I know this is shocking, with 3 barracks for stim and combat shields, and he's going to get +1. I mean, he's pretty much been doing the same build. Some slight variations. There's been the Raven in a few of the games, but like 2 bases, 3 racks, stim combat shields +1. Pretty much the exact same thing every single game. And herO seems to be going for, I'm gonna guess, disruptor drops. This could be Colossus drops though. So okay, I feel like I haven't seen this in a while. I guess it has to be Colossus drops, right? That's what you do against Terran. It's just been so long. I have to like forget you can do this. Observer keeping an eye on what's going on here. I love Cure's missile turret. This is a very, like, I don't know. It's herO. He might drop DTs. Missile turret. And you know what? That's fair. I talked about it earlier when we were casting SOS against Classic. There's, like, the spectrum of Protosses. And on the far left side of the Protosses who, like, cheese and have the wildest build orders and do, like, the craziest things. herO is just a little bit to the right of SOS. He absolutely will throw down any cheese at any point if he feels like it's the right build to do. He can be a very wild Protoss. I don't think he's played as much like that lately. But like, he can and will. I feel like he cannon rushed not too long ago. I'm pretty sure herO cannon rush. It might have been in one of the EPT Cups recently, or maybe even KSL last week. He's a wild and crazy guy, and we love him for it. I thought for sure this was going to be a Colossus drop, but it looks like it's just Blink Stalkers into Colossi, and the Prism was just so that herO could harass with these 4 Stalkers. He has done a decent bit of damage, just getting a few kills here and there, but keeping Cure back at home for a little while longer. That's going to buy time for the Colossi to get out. 2 of them are out. Thermal Lance is almost done. Oh, herO taking an engagement that I don't think he really intended to take immediately. Oh my god, look at the micro! He's lost like basically nothing. What, 3 Stalkers? And he's forced a couple of stims now. He's damaged a lot of these units, and he is chasing Cure backwards. Cure dodges the last Stalker shot on that Cyclone, but that feels like a small consolation prize. As the Cyclone goes down, the Widowmine goes down, and now Cure is pushed all the way back into his natural, as the 3-base herO is putting a lot of pressure on. Thermal Lance is done. These Colossi just going to poke and prod. There is a Disruptor on the way as well. The thing is, herO does not need to commit to this at all. He's ahead. He's up workers. He's up a base. He could probably take like a 4th base off of this. But he's just trying to keep Cure back, take what trades he can. Get these Disruptors out. I mean, a couple Disruptors coming across the map would be so annoying for Cure to deal with. It's so difficult to deal with Disruptors when you don't have anywhere to split to. You're just constantly getting pushed back. The 3 Colossi working on this bunker. The SCVs can repair it for forever, but it just costs money. This is just like free value right now for herO. And Cure he's pushed back. Is he going to be able to just push out here? There are some sentries for force fields, so that is something that Cure needs to be very aware of, and there's a couple going down right now. I feel like Cure wants to just stim through and try to take this out. Oh man, but herO, the Disruptor Nova, gets a couple of Widow Mines. Not the craziest connection in the world. There is a Widow Mine drop on the other side of the map that got a few probes. Could get some more as well. Cure is going to go for it, though. He dives forward. Down goes one of the Colossi. The Prism is still alive, trying to pick up some of these units and save them. The force field's helping so much. 18 SCVs have gone down. Vikings getting picked off as herO retreats out of here. He has 1 Colossus still alive and 1 Disruptor. Cure going to chase him away, but Cure is down to 33 workers. He does have triple orbital, but he needs to get some damage done. He's gotten like 11 probe kills, honestly, in the last couple of minutes, which has helped. But I mean, he's still down 20 workers. So that's like bare minimum damage right now from the Widowmine drops. And it looks like the Widowmine drop is cleaned up. I think the medevac went down. And now herO's going to push back out. He's got a lot of Stalkers. He's about to have +1, but he's only going to have that equal upgrade for about 8 seconds before Cure's +1 armor finishes. I can't believe this Prism is still alive here. It's got 20 hit points. It's regaining some shields, and herO's just going to push right back in. He's got no other robo units. I'm surprised there's only... Oh, there's 2 Disruptors here now. But not a lot of, I don't know, power AoE. Just the 1 Colossus that's still alive. Trying to hang out on the backside. Ooh, Disruptor gets taken down. The second Nova does not connect very well. Might have to see some force fields go down here. There's a couple. Disruptor goes down. Widowmine's connecting really nicely. This fight's going about as well for Cure as he could have hoped. The bunker helping out too. herO is first to pull back to this Warp Prism, but it looks like he's got enough to stay out on the field here, even against the power of these Marauders. And another Disruptor joins up. There's still 2 of them here. 2 fresh Novas available to get sent out and keep Cure back. This bunker, the amount that Cure has repaired this bunker is actually insane. I cannot believe it. And it looks like herO wants to take a 4th base behind this, but it feels like he's smelling that blood in the water, and he just wants to try to crack Cure right here. He's got the Disruptors. He's got the Gateway. Whoa, a pickup from Cure. Loses a couple Marauders, but that was dicey. And it's only a matter of time, I think, before one of these Disruptor Novas connects. Cure might have one more chance to take a fight here. Disruptor's not getting the best connections in the world. This bunker has probably repaired 2,000 health by now, and that is not an exaggeration. Finally, it goes down, and as Cure loses his bunker, I feel like that is the sign that he's about to lose this game. He's got 1 shot, 1 opportunity. He's going to go for it. There is the stim. The Zealots run in. The Disruptor Novas go in. They connect on some of the SCVs. There's a second Colossus here. The Zealots buffering out front. The Disruptor Nova connects beautifully that time. And that is going to be it. GG gets called. herO is going to take the 2-1 victory over Cure. What a game.